I freaking love this place.
Welcome to the Sid's View podcast.
I love it. I can't wait for another show. I'm like a little kid.
Candy store?
No, I get a little giddy sometimes. Tonight, I feel a little extra special. Yep.
You want to tell us why? Or
Well,
you're just,
because
you're
it's.
just happy to see us.
I'm happy to see you guys. For one, it's 70 degrees out. For two,
Will it be 70 degrees when we leave here, though?
I'm still wearing t-shirts and shorts out the door.
Yeah, I don't have a choice.
I know that. And racing is really full effect started.
Woo!
Right? I mean, it's fun times. It's fun times at the Vault Production Studios.
Word.
We had a lot of months of talking about.
I know.
Right?
Talking.
It's almost overwhelming how much there is to talk about now. So
Right.
many things going on. I know.
No, seriously, like you got, I mean, geez, you're like, what are we going to talk about that? Oh, geez.
Yeah.
That wasn't that big of a deal, but it was a big deal.
Right.
Right? It was a big deal. That would have been something we talked about a month ago.
That's what I'm saying. Back in March, we would have done an hour-long conversation on, like, NEMA if they were racing.
True story.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, my goodness. Kenny Catul is up to 2 comments.
My man
Two
Kenny.
already.
We got that photo.
Use them wisely, Kenny.
Kenny,
30 seconds.
don't get crazy, Kenny. Hi, Mr. Stone.
Great cup finish. They're saying, oh, don't worry. We're going to talk about it.
That's my Daryl Proprostine.
Yep.
It's my buddy. My good buddy. Tuning it in.
All right, here we go. Yep.
Oh, hi, Emma.
Sorry, bro. It's okay.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Man Cave for the next edition of the Sid's View podcast. Lots to talk about. Mother Nature took one right to the chin. How do you like that, Lady Diego? What's going on, brother?
Hey! The Speedbowl got it in! I'm pumped. You know, I'm a Speedbowl boy. Mother Nature got her butt kicked this weekend.
Indeed, she did. We got the Reminator on the controls, ready to roll.
Am I going to be the one doing this?
Please, somebody's got to.
Yo, yo, yo! I'm hanging out with my feet. Beautiful Tuesday. Let's do this.
I have no idea what she just said.
Yeah, it was indecipherable.
I love Rems.
Anyways, we got Rob down in the bullpen, ready to roll as always.
Mr. Hyde.
What up, everybody? It's your boy, Rob, back at it again. Absolutely thrilled to have seen y'all at the Speedbowl this week. And to say I'm excited for the rest of the season would be an understatement.
All right, everybody. So listen, as you can tell, we're having a good time once again here on a Tuesday night. Lots to talk about. I just want to get, first of all, I want to give a shout out to all the viewers out there because last week was our most watched live podcast since we started this venture
Hell
back
yeah.
in February.
Thank you.
Matter of fact,
Thank you.
That's the second week in a row, and we were so amped up to talk Sizzler and Blastoff last week, I forgot to mention that. So that's 2 weeks in a row.
Awesome.
We hope it continues to grow, and we thank all the viewers that tune in every Tuesday night. I hear a lot of people saying that Tuesday night is shop night, and so it sounds like we're on the big screen in a lot of shops around the area, so that's super cool.
Oh, yeah.
And so let's start off with the Blastoff. As I alluded to, Mother Nature did not win out for the first time.
Hell yeah.
And I got to tell you, I've realized that I am a pessimist when it comes to the rain because I really thought that we had no shot on Sunday, and I woke up thinking I was going to look at my phone and see that the Speedbowl had posted that it was canceled.
Yep.
And then I looked at the
The
radar,
Doppler.
and it said like 2:00, maybe 3:00, and I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be just terrible.
Just a show.
And so then we get there, and I saw Gunny, and he was like, he said that he thought he had a window until 5. And I thought, wow, that seems very optimistic. But okay, let's see what happens. You know, we go to set up at the pit party. There's still puddles all over the track and stuff, and it's just kind of like gloomy. And I'm thinking, oh man. But
And cold as hell,
and
man.
it was cold.
It was
right.
as cold as the icebreaker.
Yeah, and so you kind of knew like they weren't going to get a great crowd, which they did not, because that's what happens when you have the weather impending doom like this, right?
Right.
But and we're going to talk about a lot of these races in depth, but I just have to say overall, just great job overall by the Speedbowl, just the flow of the show and to the competitors. I mean, there was not a lot of ridiculous cautions and crazy racing. A lot of it was classic Speedbowl racing, and I was stunned that they got through that in like less than 3 hours.
Yeah.
It was a good job all around, really.
Well, I'm going to say this. I'm sure it'll be brought up later, but kudos to the Speedbowl, the race director, the whole bit, for getting the show in, moving it along. I mean, we were one lap yellow, right to crossing them up the green.
Yep.
None of this driving around for 15 laps. I thought the show went great. The Speedbowl came out of the box and played very well.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Given the circumstances,
Played
especially.
very well. The Speedbowl did a fantastic job. Pleasantly surprised. I am super happy because, I'm a born and raised Speedbowl junkie.
Yeah.
So I'm happy about that.
There was one time in the SK race where the 81 there, the Zentech kid, went
poor
into the
kid,
wall, and then
dude.
they pulled out the ambulance, and I thought, oh, here we go. This
Yeah.
is going to be a long day. But
Yeah.
didn't take too long. I think he's okay, right? I don't really
Yeah, I poor Josh Zentech. And I got to say one more thing.
Yeah.
I thought the Wrecker crew did a phenomenal job all weekend.
Yep. Yeah, for sure.
Jamie and the boys and the gals that are out there, they stepped up and did an absolutely bang-up job
Yeah, for
of
sure.
getting cars in and off the track. I mean, I've been to a lot of racetracks where everything is slow motion. Those boys were on it. Super proud of those guys for stepping up their game because those guys are some of the unsung heroes that keep the show moving fast for us. So thank you very much, Jamie and crew, for doing a bang-up job this weekend.
Yeah, I'm with you. That was all around, man. It was just, I really, we kept checking the radar. I just thought, okay, well, maybe the late models are going to get hosed or something like,
Right.
because they were last
I
on the
thought we
schedule.
were. I'm like, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
but,
getting.
But everybody got in, and there was some really good racing. So,
Dude, it rained right after the race was over.
Yeah.
I mean, it couldn't have been planned any better.
I was pulling out of the parking lot, and there was drizzle coming down my windshield.
Right.
Yeah, it was just in time.
Unbelievable.
Like, because when we got back, and Remy had a bunch of cameras still, and I was like, Remy, just put everything away. Let's get the hell out of here. Like, the last thing I want to do is get stuck putting equipment away in the rain.
right.
Let's just get out of here. And
Right.
it all worked out well. And I mean, to that point, I was home by like 4, finishing up, and started the process of editing, which allowed me to crank the videos out as quick as I did.
And the cup race was postponed, so you got to watch
and I
all
was watching
that.
that while I was doing it.
It doesn't get any better. What
Yeah.
a great weekend to race in.
Yep, it all worked out well. So, so let's. The only thing I will have to say is, and we kind of talked a little bit about this earlier. Actually, wait a minute. Now let's. At this point, Diego, you would think that I would know how to do these things right away.
Okay.
But listen, if you want to become a member and join the live chat, you got to go to youtube.com/SidsView/join. You can also participate in our Who Won the Week segment at the end of the show. So lots of chatter already going on the chat, which we love to see.
Oh, I love it.
And so if you want to join in, be sure to click the link over there and get on that. So I kind of lost my train of thought there. Oh, so Saturday, thrilled to see all the cars. Like the MRS had a decent
Oh,
field.
yeah, they had over 20,
Yeah.
right?
I think it was 19. That
Oh,
took
was
the,
it?
I think it was 19 took the green
I
flag.
thought Friday there was 16 or 17 on Friday. I thought there was 20 or 21 cars, but maybe I was wrong.
I mean, a little bit down from what we were guesstimating on the last show, but still, I mean, the MRS has had car counts a lot lower than that in recent years.
Yeah,
So
listen,
that was really good to see.
Willie and the staff did a
Yeah.
phenomenal job. They
Yep.
brought a lot of good boys. I mean, you've seen Pastriak, Max Zackham, Dylan Izzo come back.
Yeah, with Paul Kashiba spotting for him,
With
by
Paul
the way.
Kashiba. I seen him, and I didn't
Yeah.
go get a chance to say hi to
Yeah,
him.
I got the chance to chat with him a
You
little
know,
bit.
you had
Good
Les
to see him.
Hinckley in the
Yeah.
house.
Yo, that's a sweet looking ride.
Oh, yeah.
That 06
And he
car.
was flying.
Yeah.
You had Di
That was good to
Matteo.
see him running well. again,
Yes, because
actually.
he hasn't run well
Yeah.
this year. So that was just
Did
enough.
did you hear him in his post race interview?
I didn't. No.
He's always so humble and self aware. He's like, we've been pretty irrelevant for quite some time. It's just nice to be up here. He's like,
No,
I
and that's
couldn't
honesty.
Yeah, right.
Because I felt the same way. I'm like, oh, they got this new car they bought from Brees.
Yeah.
They got away from Spafco.
That's what I like about Les is that he
Yeah,
just-
and listen, when he was coming through the field on the bottom,
Yeah.
I was watching him. I mean, he's plucking them off one by one. I'm like, look at Les Hinckley go.
Yeah.
You know, and but anyways, he had a great race. You had Jacob Perry there.
Yep.
There was just a lot of cool cats.
Robbie Summers. in
Robbie
Bears Ride.
Summers!
Yep. Yeah.
Oh yes, it was like the antique show.
Yeah.
It was- I love you, Rob. No, I love Rob. Knows I love him.
Oh, man.
No, I was super pumped to see him. I think I gave him a hug once
Well,
or
you
twice.
hugged it out. Was it a long
Dude,
hug? Was it
no,
the classic
no,
Diego hug?
I love Robbie Summers. He's one of my favorite people.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
To see him in the beer mobile, I was super, and he ran real competitive. They looked like they lost it a little at the end, but you know, Rob hasn't been in the car in a long time.
Yeah.
So it was great, and I seen his little son there helping him out. It was really cool to watch.
Yep.
So nice to see everybody back at the bowl.
Jeff
And
Rocco was in the house.
Jeff Rocco was
57.
in the house.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was a lot to see a good.
And not to mention, my pick was in the house.
Well,
yeah,
you
well-
just got one of them, right?
Yeah,
I
we'll get
don't
to
care.
We'll get to the pick.
Yeah, I
Ems
don't
later,
care.
all
I
right?
still won.
All right. So, anyways, why don't we just get right into it then? So Remy can, tell us all about it here in this week's Fowler's Auto Wrecking weekly update with our girl Rem. Jesus.
Something else.
I know.
Oh my
Just
goodness.
cracking herself up.
Oh,
over
I
there.
know. I'm really funny. Okay. Anyway.
What the hell?
It's amazing, dude. She said that, and then it took an extra
I
like
know.
2 seconds of silence for that to become
Remy,
funny.
she's the
It's
best.
crazy.
All right, let's hear some freaking
Anyway.
news.
All right,
Yeah,
let's
some
go.
amazing news.
Okay.
Jake Johnson wins at Monadnock.
Who's that?
It's
Continue.
anyway. It's been over 7 years since Old Blue has been in victory lane. The question I have for y'all: do you remember the race that Old Blue won?
The last time they
Yeah.
won.
I know who won it for him.
I
no,
believe I was there.
It was. Oh, you were there.
You were there?
Dude, I'm pretty sure.
All right,
it was
so what-
Thompson, right? 2017?
Yeah.
Yeah, Rowan Pennick.
Yeah, Rowan Pennick was
Yeah.
nasty.
Yeah.
I was there.
Yep.
Yeah, and I take
Good
that.
stuff.
I take that back when I said who was that, because if you don't know who Jake Johnson is, you're living under
At this rate, yeah.
Yeah, you're living under a freaking rock if you don't know who he is.
By the way, Brian Crowley claims that I ended Rowan Pennick's racing.
You
career.
did.
Are you aware of this
Yeah,
story?
you did.
No, that's incorrect.
Sid, what? Explain.
So 2018, I did that onboard series at Stafford, and that's when we took a bunch of in-cars, put them on a single car.
Yep.
Waddell would record the audio, and then we'd do a little montage of their race, right? And so we did a bunch of teams. We did Ronnie Williams and Mike Christopher as a great 1-2 punch out of
Yep.
the gate. We bounced it around, tried to do as many teams as we could, and then we saved Rowan Pennick, who was in the 99 car at the time.
Oh, yeah.
He was one of the heavy hitters then. I believe he was the 2-time defending SK champ at that point. And so we were saving him for the SK 5K, which was the next big race on the schedule. And so we loaded him all up with cameras, and he had probably one of the worst races he ever had in that car. They were in and out of the pits, driving around 15th, 16th, all race long.
Yep.
And to make it worse, Eric Burnt and Keith Rocco were, I think Eric was in Cos's car, Cosmo Williams' car at the time, and they were putting on a show at the front of the field. And I remember driving home thinking, everybody's talking about Eric and Rocco, and I have all this footage from Rowan Pennick
Right.
that nobody cares about, right? And unrelated to all of that, Rowan, I think he hurt his back or something, and then he became a father, and like all this stuff kind of happened. And
That's what happens.
And he never raced again. I don't
Then
think.
it just ends.
And Crowley says it has to do with me and my cameras.
The
on
camera
back.
conspiracy, dude. It's just the more evidence piles and
Yeah.
piles up.
Yeah.
Got to be some truth to it.
All right, I went off the tracks there on that. Go ahead, Rems. Go ahead, continue.
I like hearing stories from you, so
All right,
it
giddy
was
up.
interesting. NASCAR lists the suspension for Sam Ramo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm feeling good about it.
Yeah, so some tracks are still saying he can't
Yeah.
come. Thompson, the whole
Well, Thompson's where it happened.
right. Well, like, and the whole Mashad Mayberry, so all those tracks, Thunder Road, like, if he would ever go up there, I don't even know what he would go up there for, but he's out on those tracks. The Speedbowl said they're out. So we'll
The
see.
Speedbowl actually said they're out.
Yeah, Gunny, I think, was quoted by Corshane. That
Really?
Yep, that they said no, that he's not
Yeah,
welcome.
I mean,
there.
that's a little quick. I mean, those are quick decisions. but-
Riverhead, I think, said he's welcome.
Yeah,
MRS.
I mean, why?
welcome.
I mean, listen.
But they have to defer to the track, so the series
I
doesn't
mean-
really matter as much.
Everybody deserves a second chance. I know it was bad, right?
It
You-
definitely was bad.
But
Yeah.
you don't think they look back like, damn it, I wish that, I mean, it's like, I mean, murderers probably think that too, but, it wasn't quite that bad. It was bad, but I know them personally, Sammy, and I know his father. I've done work with those guys.
Yep.
I know a lot of people, probably including me, have made jokes along the way about what had happened, but I mean, you guys may think I'm wrong, but I think everybody deserves a second shot, And,
Yeah, I'm not saying he needs to be banned for life. No. I
right.
don't.
Well, for the Speedbowl to come right out of the gate and say, no, he's not welcome here. I mean, that's a little quick. I mean, to me,
Yeah, I mean, I don't really fault any track if they're not saying he's banned for life. They're just not
Right.
ready to have him come back. So
Yeah.
that doesn't mean that they won't come around. I think eventually everybody will.
yeah.
But some people aren't ready to do it as quick. Just because NASCAR says he can come back doesn't mean everybody else has to follow
Right.
suit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah,
So-
I mean the
It would-
dominoes have got to start falling because a lot of it is an optics thing. Like you don't want to be the only track that like is perceived as being okay with what happened, right? Like that.
But
seems
some
to
of
be
the
a lot it.
comments, dude, I don't know if you guys have read any of the comments online. Some of them are just so ridiculous to even read.
yeah.
Like these guys are some axe murderers, and you're waiting for them to come in and kill your kid next.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, hold on a second. You guys are like, I mean, this is blown. I mean, I know it was bad, so I'm not trying to discount what happened, but people change, things change. They got to look in the mirror every day. The father has to look in the mirror and say, damn it, what happened here?
Yeah.
How did this happen? This is my son. I'm not setting a great example for my son. He has a daughter. They're a tight family.
Right.
You don't think they looking in the mirror? How do you, I know they did it, but I'm just feeling for those guys a little bit right now. They shouldn't have done it, but they deserve a second shot. It's just my opinion. But
As a historian, I just have to say that it's just kind of reflective of how much times have changed.
yeah,
So Dick Beauregard, he won Speedbowl championships in 52 and 62. So obviously it's a long time ago.
Yeah.
I forget which season this was, but he won the championship, clinched it before the last race. At the last race, they began the night's events by celebrating him on the front stretch, gave him a trophy, this year's champion banner, pictures, the whole deal. And then that night, he got in a wreck on the backstretch, got out of his car, and got into a brawl with whoever he wrecked with. That's the champion.
Right.
Got into a brawl on the track, the big write-up, and the guy's
Right.
still revered. He's in the near Hall of Fame.
That's
you know what I
right.
mean?
Right.
It just goes to
Right.
show how far
Yeah.
times have changed.
Yeah,
And
for
if that
sure.
happened today, I mean, right, you'd be
Yeah.
banned from this, sanctioned, whatever.
But listen,
blah, blah, blah.
back when I was in the 80s, I remember guys jumping on Jimmy Lloyd's car, and he's blowing donuts in the infield with them on the car, jumping and swinging at him.
Yeah.
I mean, that stuff was happening
Right.
regularly.
Yeah.
At the Speedbowl. I didn't go to Stafford. My dad didn't bring me there.
Yeah.
But when we went to Waterford, that type of stuff was happening. Guys were getting, I mean, there
I
were,
have the classic footage of Ronnie Rocco with some guy. He
yeah,
down
I mean,
the
it was
track.
getting
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like almost running people over type
Right.
bad, chasing them down with a car type bad. And today, but
Like you said, everybody deserves a second chance, and I think, like I said, I think everybody will eventually come around, and he'll be racing again on a regular basis.
Yep.
That's if I had to predict.
Okay, so let's talk about the blast off winners, shall we?
Shall we?
These are the Saturday winners. So we have the Bandoleros.
stop. Come on.
Man, what a race! Am I right?
It
Yeah.
was something.
I know.
So just a heads up. So Thursday's content drop is about car counts and whether they matter and what's the low number, what's the high number, and so we'll get into a deeper discussion of that on Thursday. But A 2-car race is tough, man. But go ahead, give the winner out. Let's get it. Actually, I think they called it a 10-lap exhibition officially with their Facebook post. Whatever that officially means, I have no idea. But go ahead, continue, Rem.
David, hopefully I say it correctly. Bernier?
We'll give you a point for that.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. X-Car Sam Misek?
Yay!
Yeah.
Listen, I'm happy. I'm happy. That's one of my good friends.
So I saw Sam in the pits. Me and Rob were walking around. And Rob, didn't he give you the impression that he wasn't happy with the car yet? He was right. He was under the hood.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I just thought, this guy's gonna probably win.
You know what's even great about that car? Right up on the roof, it says "Here" by Emma Monaghan.
Yeah.
Obviously a big factor in the win.
Nice plug.
Yeah,
Yay!
I actually like the way the numbers are set on that car. By the way, did you do that car?
No, Sean did.
okay.
But no, it's his thing. Sam and Liv.
Yeah.
They, I know CIC painted it for them, and those guys are huge in what it looks like. They're really into
they're
it.
all into it.
Yeah, oh, very much so.
Yeah.
So it's great to see a good-looking car and a fast one.
Yeah, definitely fast.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like the cream color there, but I do like the design of the numbers and stuff.
Yep.
And, yeah.
He was into the cream.
Yeah. Oh boy. Go ahead.
Okay. Super X-Car was PJ Childs?
You sure?
Children?
No, not Childress. No, you had it
Why
right.
are you questioning
No,
me?
I'm just over
You're making
here.
me second guess myself.
Yeah, he won start to finish. Pole to the winner.
Yeah. All right, giddy up.
Yep.
Pro Trucks is Todd Taylor.
All right,
which
so just stop
was
right
a-
there.
Stop.
Which was
I mean,
Are we getting into the truck conversation right now?
How do we not?
Oh boy. I'm trying to tell Marshall that she's giving me content, but I'm going to do the best I can for you, Marshall, here.
I just can't believe I walked off the property right before that race happened. I was
You
like,
didn't
it's too
watch
cold.
it?
I'm going home. No, I
Dude,
didn't
are
see
you
it.
kidding me?
I saw the video. It's on
my
the Speedbowl History
bro.
channel, but you know what I mean?
I should come over there and give you a ta-ta-ta-ta-ta right
Well,
now.
I deserve it. But the thing was, it was getting cold. I was like, yeah, just kind of whatever. I went home, and then Remy texts like, did you guys see that?
Oh, Remy, I'm watching it. And Remy's texting. I'm like, oh, this is great. Yeah, this is great. What is happening right now?
All right, should we play it?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, this is great. Look at
hold on.
Sid.
Absolutely.
Look at, I mean, Involved Realty is getting, here we go, folks. Look at this.
Is it this lap?
No. Little rubbing,
I don't know
rubbing.
if I went back too much.
Yeah, that was
I
all
don't
fair.
even care. This is all good.
All right.
Look at this stuff. Look at Tyler Chapman. He is an absolute animal. Look at this. Here we go. I mean,
Is this it right here?
oh, no. Oh, excuse me. Pardon me. Come.
Coming through.
Oh, excuse me. Get up the track, please, because here I come.
See, that's all good to me. That's all fair.
Oh, my goodness.
It's all just good racing right here.
This is great. I mean, I had a ball
Take a
watching
good look at
this.
these trucks because
Look
none
at
of them
this.
are going to be in the front.
Oh.
Now, all those cars,
Oh.
all those trucks got sent to the rear for that.
Wow.
All those trucks got sent to the rear for that.
Wow.
I don't.
Wow.
Then there's just a lot of confusion. A lot of I don't know. Listen, if you're Todd
Wow.
Taylor, you love the call, right?
Yeah, you love the call.
But I don't understand how you send all those cars to the back. They were all just basically checking up. I mean,
Yeah. Well, his rule is the A, B, C, D, E, F rule.
And how? And can I
And
get?
anybody that hits somebody during that whole caution is considered part of the wreck, even if they're checking up. I remember a couple years ago, Emma had hit a guy. We were running fifth with like 5 to go. Some guy spun out in the 1. Emma goes by him on the high side. I don't know how she just grazed his bumper. He was already spun out.
Yep.
And I don't know if it was that night or during the week, they put us back to dead last. And I'm like, what the hell happened there? And we hit the gar as he was already stopped. And we rubbed his back bump.
Did you say car or?
Oh,
Am I
truck.
gonna be
Gar.
the one doing
I
this?
thought you said gur.
Oh, girl.
I hit the gar. Sorry, go ahead.
Wait, so why is
Yeah.
it called the A, B, C, D?
Well, I'm
whatever
just making
rule?
that up. But
Oh, okay.
everybody, obviously from the video, the 81 checked up.
Yeah.
The 32 had nowhere to go.
Yeah.
And the 11 really had, because the 81, for what it's worth, when the wreck first happened, I was standing in 3 or 4 with my boy Daryl, and I'm like, dude, the 2 just did that. That was my view. And he says, I don't know, because Daryl has called some races for the MRS. And I said, and after I rewatched it, I said, the two was right. Philly so pissed off at the 81. Those two both deserve to go to the back, probably. I'm not sure I agree with the 32. That's his rule.
Yeah.
Those guys have every right to be wicked pissed off today.
Yeah.
Right? Especially some of them travel from far away.
Yeah.
Right? I mean.
Listen, we don't. I'll just try to be polite, but that's. I'll be hard pressed to find a worse call than that. I have to say that's
Right.
just a mind.
It is mind-boggling.
That's a mind-boggling
When
call.
I see Marshall at the end of the night, but he's a guy that sticks to his guns.
Listen, hey.
Hey,
Okay.
On top of that, hold on. I'm a truck guy. I always like the truck, but there was about. Do you know how many trucks were out there? I think there was about 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a good field of trucks. Fro, I can't believe you walked out.
I know.
I mean, that's almost like a street stock race. 20 tour-type trucks.
He might have heard that Ed Ryan was not going to race the following day in the Speedbowl trucks because that basically screwed him and
I know.
the Pick Ems. But
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
But yeah, it felt
Different
like
story.
it felt colder than the icebreaker, and I was just not about sitting there
I
in the
thought
stands. I
Sunday-
didn't know where anybody really was. so.
Sunday was colder than
Yeah.
Saturday, I thought.
See,
I don't
think
know, dude.
Saturday
I thought
was
Saturday was colder.
Really? You should have
Yeah.
came into the trailer. You could have got some hot cocoa.
Dude, I was eating up them ham sandwiches. You got. We're so off
yeah.
topic. We're so
Oh,
off
yeah,
topic.
yeah,
But those
yeah.
are fire. Those are fire. I won't
Every
lie.
college kid, like, you got ham sandwich? Hell yeah, bro. I'm going to go make me one. Oh, that's freaking great.
Okay. And then the MRS winner, you might be very happy,
Woo!
was Matt Swanson.
Yeah.
yeah, so Swanson got all banged up in the heat race. I didn't see it because it was one of those things where I was talking with people at the fence, and I turned, and then when I turned back, he was all the while. But when I saw him in the pits, he said the car just shut off, and everyone
Yeah.
piled in behind him.
Yeah.
And so they were all scrambling to get it fixed. And so just an amazing story to come back from that damage. And listen, that 25 car, dude, that car is freaking.
Did you see what he did the whole race?
No,
You didn't watch the race.
I did not.
You
He-
didn't watch
he-
the race?
Well, I
He-
knew I hired somebody to go down there
Listen,
and film it, so I didn't have to.
He was at one point on the same straightaway as a leader. Last car.
Yeah.
And he was driving around. And I'm like, Jesus, is there something wrong with his car? What's going on here?
Oh, that's like the old school Tommy Barrett move in the
Thank
9
you.
car.
Listen, my
Yeah.
note right here. Matt Swanson dominate Tommy Barrett style.
Yeah, that was his trademark for a couple of years,
Dude,
back in the day.
They drove around and then all of a sudden, he's like, because DiMatteo's starting to get like a little loose or something.
My pick, by the way. Go ahead.
All of a sudden, the 25 is reeling the pack in like they're all on 7 cylinders.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, he's coming. And I don't say nothing to Daryl. And I know they pitted. They pulled the old Tommy Barrett move, switcheroo on the right side tires. The rest is history. Same move Tommy did, and they waxed the field.
Yeah.
Waxed the field. And you know what happened after that? Diego Monahan was victorious in his pick.
I wonder how many wins. I'd love to get a tally. I'd love to get a tally on that 25 car, how many wins it has.
Dude.
Just across the board.
I mean, listen, I don't mean to say anything like this, but that thing looks like a heaping pile sometimes, right? It's just always the same old panels, same old
Yeah.
car, never redone unless it's redone and they put the old panels
I mean,
on.
it's kind of classic a little bit, like, because it's always the same. I know what you're saying. To me,
It
it's
looks
not,
like old blue.
I don't know if it's that.
I mean, maybe not that bad, but
I mean, if you watched the Fred DeSaro doc, you would know, like, back in the day, like, they purposely came to the track with crappy looking cars
I
that
should've
were fast. And that's when you say that, that's what I'm thinking of. That's
Yeah.
not what the Casella car is.
maybe I shouldn't say it looks like heap because it
But as
doesn't.
a car designer, I know what you're
It
saying.
just
Let's
doesn't
mix it up a little bit.
It's
Yeah,
not
it's the same.
appealing anymore. It looks like the same car that
But see,
Rowan Pennick drove.
When I see it, yeah, but when I see it, I still think like, oh, that car's fast,
Dude,
Good luck trying to beat that
No,
car.
it always is fast.
Right.
It's just not, it is fast. It is always fast.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. And they'll bring 2 when Ronnie Williams and him, I mean, like, they're both real fast.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what they do, it's just unbelievable.
Remember that time when Rowan Pennick couldn't make it to the bowl and Jerry Marquis, who'd been retired for like 3 years, came back. They threw him in it. He
Oh, yeah.
started scratching one.
Oh, yeah. It's just
Yeah.
truly unbelievable.
Yep. That's a great car.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good. Congratulations, Matty Swanson and Gary Casella.
Woo! So let's go into Sunday's winners, shall we?
Shall we?
So Legend Cars, Zachary Martinez, Mini Stock, David Lee, Mini Stock, Street Stock, Al Stone, Trucks, Tyler Chapman, SK Light, John O'Sullivan,
Johnny O.
woo, Late Model, Jason Palmer, and then SK Modifieds, Eric Burt.
So, PJ Evans and Dylan Freeman there, they had a wild wreck.
I missed that. But PJ, no show, no practice, show up Sunday.
He was coming for the win.
He was going to do it
Yeah,
again.
they just got hung up there.
He was going to do it again. Those guys are on fire right now, by the way.
The best race on Sunday, ironically enough, because it didn't have the best car count, was probably the late models.
Right?
Without a doubt,
Yeah,
dude.
with Moeller and
Yeah.
Jason Palmer.
That's what the late models at Waterford are always known for, the side-by-side battles that just don't stop. And they kind of had that going, and it was at the front of the pack of all places.
Right.
I just thought it was great. I mean, I had to be standing because I was filming, but like if I was just there watching, I really wouldn't have been sitting.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great. It's great that with a low car count, Palmer is always going to be up front.
Yeah.
And with not a lot of car count, you still got to beat the good cars. You got him, Palmer.
Hey, Ryan Lynham said, and he finished third, he said he's going to run there all year.
That's
So
awesome.
if those three cars are there all year.
Yes, that's awesome.
The
And
only
then
thing
Brody
that's still-
showed up.
Yep. Definitely good to see him back
Yep.
there. The only thing that is weird to me still is Andrew Moeller had the inside line that entire battle, and they raced side by side for the lead for a majority of that 30-lap race, and he couldn't get by him.
Couldn't
and
get
at
him.
the Speedbowl, to me, that's still weird. I know it's
yeah.
been like 3 or 4 years now. I still can't grasp, but that's how the
Hard
grooves
pressed,
work there.
right?
Yeah.
That's happening.
It's weird that's the track configuration
Right.
kind of thing now.
It's so bad. Back then, like 4 or 5 years ago, before that started happening, I mean, you were up there. You were almost in trouble.
Yeah.
You were almost in
remember
trouble.
2 or 3 years ago, Tyler Chadwick came to the races,
Yep.
and he had a good amount of success running the high side back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember him turning to me saying, if I was running my groove from 5 or 6 years ago, those cars that are running single file would be on the outside of where I used to run. He's
Right.
like, I can't believe how much this track has changed.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, and the SKs were like that again. I
Oh.
noticed with Flannery and Todd Owen, who were putting on a pretty good show in the SKs, similar style, where Anthony had the bottom groove. He finally did get by Todd, but
Oh, yeah.
it took him like 40 laps
Oh, yeah.
before he did.
Yeah.
It's still very straight.
Well,
It's like a mini Thompson or something.
That's why when I watched the MRS race, the 06,
Yeah.
he made all his moves on the bottom.
Did he really?
Yes. He came through the field on the bottom. And they must have tested that way or figured it out. Because a lot of times, like, I go up and watch practice. I know you don't like to do that.
No.
But I was watching practice.
Hold on.
Hey,
Hold on. Because you brought this up, okay?
What are we talking about? Practice? We're talking about practice, man.
Right? So,
We're talking about practice. We're talking about practice.
look at Rob's face.
We ain't talking about the game.
Rob has no
We're
idea.
talking about practice,
Right.
man.
Wait, no idea about what? I've heard
So-
that quote 1,000 times.
So I was looking that up today. I said to Remy, I'm like, we got to find the Iverson quote, right?
Yep.
Right.
Hey, guess what? You know when that happened? 22 years ago today.
Wow.
May 7th, 2002.
Wow.
The immortal Allen Iverson said.
What are we talking about? Practice?
Right. That's great.
I couldn't believe it was today when I saw
Right.
the clip.
That's
Okay, so go
crazy.
ahead. Go
Yeah,
ahead
anyway,
and put
so
us to
is it-
sleep with your practice story. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah, it was great. Yeah. Hey, listen, I go up and watch you because I want to see what everybody's doing.
Yeah.
I really care. And they start testing the bottom, and boom, there you go. Les Hinckley's killing everybody's race on the bottom. So it was
Yeah.
good to watch, especially for Les Hinckley.
Yeah, right.
Good dude.
Yeah, he's the best.
He's the best.
All right, what
Okay.
else you got there, Rim?
So, talking about the Speedbowl and everything.
Talk about it.
Chris Williams is the new Speedbowl race director.
Yeah, so were you at the drivers' meeting when that was announced?
Nope.
Drivers' meeting or something?
I wasn't.
You were
but
not there.
I had no clue
I didn't either.
that was coming.
They kept that under wraps.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, so I don't know if I don't really have an opinion on that yet. I know that Chris was the race director up at
For sure.
Thompson. With,
Well, he was with my brother,
and he
too.
was for your brother?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
I think he's going to do a great job.
Well, here's the thing. The overwhelming response that I was getting from people was that they're glad that somebody is in that role that's going to put a little structure to the program.
For sure.
And everybody, it sounds like, is
I'm going to say this.
embracing him being named the race director. And that's a good thing.
If the Speedbowl upper management allow him to do his job,
Yeah.
I think he'll do great.
Yeah, that's the strong caveat, which is
Right?
correct. Yeah.
I think he'll do great. Sunday and Saturday were perfect.
Yeah.
He did, and I'm going to give him credit.
No, you have to.
He did a bang-up job
Yeah, for
of
sure.
getting everything moving. Cars were in and out, bang, bang. And races, like I said to you before, the cautions were short-lived. The record crew did a fantastic job of getting stuff cleaned up quickly, and Chris had guys crossed over. There was no driving around for 4 laps,
Yeah.
right? He know the rain's coming. If you ain't coming, it's too bad. We're
Right.
going green. We got to get these races in. So happy that the Speedbowl finally came out smelling like a small bit of roses.
Right.
Because it's been so long. So great job, Chris Williams. I'm looking forward to a season at the Speedbowl with Chris Williams at the helm. I, for one, as a racer's side of you,
Yeah.
am excited to see a race director, a full-blown race director. That's his job.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm like I said, I was more, you know me, I'm Mr. Skepticism, so he's gonna have bad days. They're not all gonna be as good as this opener.
okay.
But that was a great event to have as your first one, back at the helm. And yeah, I'm just again, the thing to me that sticks out is that at least with the competitors I talked to, I didn't talk to everybody.
Yeah.
But a majority of the people that I talked to were thrilled that somebody like Chris was someone's going to be in charge of the place, because that was a big question, was who's going to be the race director. And I think just that they know who it is now, and now let's see how it rolls. And that was a great first start.
Listen,
for sure.
Chris is through and through a diehard Speedbowl guy.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Always has been. He's got a lot of heart for the place. And I just want everybody out there listening, like the competitors and all, Chris is human, right? So mistakes are going to happen. Hopefully he can adjust on the fly.
Yep.
And bring the place back to what it used to be, at least for a competitive stance. And I hope the calls are consistent, whether they're right or wrong. I hope he sticks to his guns, to consistency. Super excited for Chris. Super excited for the Speedbowl. It's about time. There's been some good news out of the place, and I feel like this was some of it in the weekend.
No, they had a good week, man.
It was a
for
great
sure.
weekend.
They had a good weekend.
Great weekend.
Absolutely.
Okay, so Seekonk was canceled due to the weather last weekend.
Yeah. I remember when we were setting up for the pit party and someone was like, Seacon canceled. And I just
Yeah.
thought, oh, man, are we really going to get screwed? Are we going to,
Yeah.
But it worked out.
Yeah.
It worked out.
I got something to bring up real quick. Or maybe I got something real quick that I want to talk about. I don't know if any of you guys got the chance to watch the SK race, but John Pulio
Yeah.
coming through the field,
Yeah.
impressive, right?
Yeah.
Right? Restarts, I don't know if that was him or not so impressive,
Right.
right?
Correct.
Eric Burnt would blow his doors off.
Yeah.
But on the long haul, the 7 was coming. Do you guys have any idea why you think that may have happened?
Other than Pulio may not be good at restarts? I don't know.
So here's the thing. This is what I think. So I'm sure the listeners will correct me if I was wrong. I believe that was a 604. The only 604 in the field.
Come on, really?
Yes.
Wow.
Right? So it was very exciting for me to watch. I'm like, yo, he's getting it on.
That's interesting.
Right?
Yeah.
So So not to take out of the pocket of any other SK guys from Pettit, Gary Espinosa, they're all great people.
Yep.
But when you look at racing as a whole, there is a lot of costs involved, right?
Yep.
And so cutting down on some motor costs would be extremely helpful. So I don't know if they got it right because it looked like on restarts you couldn't quite hang. But on the overall run of a race, the 604 ran. I think it's something to do with costs for the division because you have to figure something out somewhere. I know Stafford's healthy, but at 220 a tire, 9,500 to freshen a motor. I mean, the list goes on and on. You better have a damn good job to come out here and run right with these guys.
Yeah, right.
One more thing.
Go.
SK Light purse, I think match Stafford's.
I think it's more from
It's
what I've
more.
heard. Yeah.
And nobody knew it.
So that's okay. So we're talking about what a great weekend they had. That's a big faux pas.
What the hell?
How do you make their purse
Seriously?
better than Stafford's or even
And
whatever
don't
it
even
is,
say it.
and not even promote it?
Not even promote it.
Yeah, that's bad.
Right?
That's a bad job by them.
They get paid. I don't know what Stafford's pay is.
I saw the hubbies at the pit party. They said if they knew that, they would have brought their car there.
That's right.
Hello. What are we doing?
$775 for a win. And that's with no,
Yeah.
what are those called?
Contingency.
Contingency sponsors. Thank you, Sid.
Yeah.
Right? So I think Stafford's right on board with them.
Yeah.
Stafford does a great job getting contingencies.
Oh yeah, they're the
But-
leaders in that for sure.
But damn, how do you not say anything?
Listen, right.
How do you not say
They
anything?
had a great weekend, but that's a huge mistake.
right.
For sure.
You would have probably had the 16 there for sure.
Yeah. No,
And
they
how-
basically told me that.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
How many other guys? How many Thompson cars that are sitting home on jack stands that could have changed the gears or rear end for $775? I said, hell, we'll go down. Let's go down and do it.
Yep.
Big debacle there.
Yeah, that's a bad one. All right,
Okay.
wait to end it on a bad note.
Sorry,
Okay.
sorry about that, Speedbowl. But I do love you, Speedbowl.
So, my last news of the night is Chris Pelkey wins the Actor race at Thunder Road.
Oh, what a show that was at the end, huh?
Yeah, so I was actually watching that. I watched it that night. As a matter
Yeah.
of fact, I think I came home and I was finishing up transferring files and all that kind of stuff before I started editing. And I watched the Cup race, and then I turned it on to Thunder Road.
Yeah.
Watched the Act race. And so I played it for these guys when we first got together tonight. And with 6 to go, there was a huge wreck. Jimmy Herbert, Marcel Gravel, and Derek O'Donnell. Wicked wreck. It's on the Flow replay. Check it out. 6 to go.
What a race.
Yeah.
Dude, those
But
guys.
before that wreck, which was very spectacular wreck, that's some good racing up there, man.
Dude.
That race was fun to watch. Yeah.
You know, it's funny because I had tuned in. I think you had posted ACT races on.
Oh, right, in the group chat.
In the group chat, right?
Yeah.
So I'm watching the Cup race. My wife had just come home from a pageant with JJ. And, and then I put it on my phone and the duct tape 68 is leading the race.
Yeah.
and Derek Gluchaki is battling for third.
Yeah.
I missed the big wreck, and then I came here.
Yeah.
What a vicious wreck. I don't know
Yeah.
if you guys didn't get a chance to see that. What a wreck, man.
Yeah, it was wild. Little fire trail there at the end and
I
everything.
think,
yeah, it was pretty-
we've talked about it in here. I don't know. It was a racing deal to me, though. It was hard.
Yeah.
Hard racing for the win. And I feel bad for all of them. I hope nobody was pissed off there because that was a true racing deal.
Oh no, yeah, one of them was mad there. Went over
Yeah.
to the one that rode the wall there. Went over to the 86, right? But then the announcer
It
was
wasn't
like,
the 86's fault.
the announcer on Flow was like, yeah, he might want to go back and give him an apology after he sees the video.
No, seriously. They don't listen.
Yeah.
There's a lot of passion happening right at that point. Those guys are racing for the win. Right? I mean, there's just a lot of emotion happening.
I mean, 6 laps to go at Thunder Road. That's what? That's not even 2 miles. Like, obviously, it's a racing deal. One of them comes down a little bit. Obviously, the guy in the bottom's not lifting, though. Like, I don't know. You can't really point the finger at one guy and say it was 100% his fault.
I mean, as a race fan, it's what you want to see. I mean, you don't really. I mean, some race fans want to see the wrecks, but you're seeing nothing but pure heart from those three.
Right.
There was a lot of heart there. Those guys were driving their asses off.
It looked similar to the race at Waterford, the late model race at Waterford.
Right.
Same type of racing for the lead.
So fun to watch.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
Great job by the Axe series and those guys for putting on a hell of a show. Maybe I'll get to join you guys this year up there. We'll see what happens.
All right.
Yeah, we're gonna see, but I got to convince the wife and stuff. But we race at, Thompson Memorial Day.
On Monday, right?
Yeah, that's a tough deal, you know. But I'd love to get up there and watch a race, man. That place looks beautiful.
Yeah,
too.
it does. We're excited.
Man, what
to
a
get up
nice
there.
looking track, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really.
Damn it looks great.
All right, let's keep things moving here. Let's get to the this week. We're gonna. I got a good one, and then I'm gonna throw in a little secondary nugget for you here. It's a little bonus nostalgia nuggets, plural, from our friends over at Waddell Communications. Let's get on it. All right, so interestingly enough, May 7th, 1977, 47 years ago today, the oldest current Speedbowl division debuted as the Street Stocks. They were an entry-level division for amateur drivers that would be a third division to, at the time, was the Modifieds and the Grand American late models. It was a 5-lap, 3-car race won by a gentleman named Dennis Cardos over Bob Seller and Ed Reed Sr.
Oh, Eddie
the
Reed!
3 competitors. By the end of the season, that division was attracting full fields, and by 1979, it had the highest car counts. 1979 was also the last the last season for the Grand Americans. They dissolved that division because they thought the car counts were too low. They were averaging about 12 cars a field. Boy, have times changed. So in 1980, the Grand Americans were gone, and the Street Stocks became the Super Stocks. 1987, they were given racing tires and became the late models, and that division that debuted as a Street Stock has evolved in what today is the act style late models that currently still compete and had the best race of the weekend at Blastoff. Now, also on May 7th, 10 years ago today, on a sadder note, it's the 10-year anniversary of the passing of one of the greatest mini-stock drivers ever, Danny Field, who was a 3-time champ at the Speedbowl with 28 career wins, was a 2-time champ at Thompson with 15 career wins up there, and won the Northeast Mini-Stock Championship as a rookie in 2012. 10 years ago today, we lost Danny Field, and at one time was a fierce rival of my main man, Richie Brooks, back in the day. And then, of course, a legendary rival with Kenny Cassidy over the years. So, just 2 neat little things for May 7th. And you were saying, it's funny because you had mentioned that Mike Joy had mentioned Bugsy's.
Yeah, on live TV.
Yep.
Yeah, on the Cup race?
Yeah, on the Cup race.
Yeah, I think May 11th is his birthday.
Yeah. He said this week or something, he said he wanted to give a special shout out to Bugsy Stevens.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's really made me think of you.
Yeah, so Bugsy.
Like, that's my nostalgia nugget for the week on Nextel.
Bugsy, so on the tip of the 3, having a great week. Bugsy won 3 national championships in the 60s driving for the bowler car. And in 1970 went Cup racing.
Wow.
Did not do farewell, but he had a 6th place finish, I want to say, in what was called the World 600 then.
Right.
That was his best time as the on the Cup Series. Bugsy's the best, man. One of the coolest bucket list things in all my documentary work was to interview him for the DeSaro doc.
Yeah, listen, it made me feel semi-connected.
To the history at some
When Mike
ways?
Joy said it,
Yeah.
right? I said, oh, damn, Bugsy, all right.
Well, that's the cool thing that we have Mike Joy as the Cup announcer is because
Right.
he's like, when I listen to him, I feel like he's one of us.
Yeah.
He was the announcer up here at all the prominent tracks.
Yeah.
And he made the big time.
Yeah.
And so it's really cool when he kind of, gives a little nod to
Dude, it was just such a slap in the face because, like, in my mind, like, those 2 types of racing, like, the local Connecticut stuff and the Cup level are like 2 different worlds, right? So when I'm watching Cup and I hear Bugsy Stevens just get name dropped out of nowhere, I'm like, am I back in the freaking man cave?
Cool.
Like,
No,
what the hell happened?
Right.
But it was great to hear.
Right.
Honestly, huge
That's how
shout
I
out.
felt, too.
He shouted out Waterford earlier in the season, I think, too.
Yep.
At Atlanta or something like that. But yeah, still.
Yeah, very
Props
cool.
to Mike Joy.
Yeah.
All right, so time to introduce a new sponsor. So our friends over at Cerisi Automotive,
Yay, Johnny boy!
who Waterford peeps, it is actually right down the street here from the Vault Production headquarters, and they have jumped on for the month of May as the sponsor of our man Rob with the immaculate-looking fro. For this week's Popcorn Stat Chat, brought to you by Cerisi Automotive.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. I was so ready to have a stat for this week about the last year that all 3 Connecticut tracks had their opening event postponed. Like, I was already digging before the blast off even happened because I was like, it's a guarantee practically.
I like how you're preparing for the podcast, though.
Right.
On a revolving
Seriously.
basis. Nice.
But you know what? Mother Nature did not win this
Yeah,
week. We'll get to that
she
later.
did.
Who
Yeah.
did win? Not her, at least. Now, here's the first stat. 0.001 seconds was the margin of victory in the Cup race in Kansas, which is, according to Fox, the closest of all time. But as Sid was apt to point out, it's only the closest, verifiably, since the introduction of electronic scoring.
Yeah, that is correct.
Right?
So we did we got a little, go ahead, throw that up there, Rems.
Yeah, put it up.
And it doesn't get much closer than that. That is for damn sure. And just the statistical nerd in my historical endeavors. Whenever I hear, the closest ever, as someone who's done research on a local level and knows how hard that is to actually verify.
Right.
It just kind of my reflex went on the group chat. But like,
Can I tell you guys something really weird?
still an
Sure.
awesome finish for sure.
I have gambled on a lot of horse races and dog races.
And you didn't know about Kentucky Derby.
No. But there's a lot of bets won and lost at the line like that,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The outside dog or horse always wins. I don't know. I'm being dead serious.
Is that true?
Yes, every time I go to the dog track and I used to bet on them, I always knew I was screwed if
Yeah.
my dog was the inside dog. I don't know why. I don't know if it has something to do with the time. Did you see how mad Chris Buescher was?
Dude, he was speechless. He was
Dude.
livid.
Understandable,
They initially
though.
came out at the 17-1, I think. At
Yeah, the
first.
Yes.
transponder said 17.
Right. Oh, then the conspiracy theories started happening real fast after
Oh
that.
yeah, did you see the painted line
Dude.
conspiracy? Oh, the line's uneven. We gotta check the
Dude,
line.
It was getting real bad.
Yep.
I mean, Buescher was completely taken back.
Yep.
He was pissed.
But his crew chief did go to the NASCAR hauler after the race, and he was like, all right.
Yeah, he accepted it.
Well, what are you going to do?
Yeah, you can't keep
Yeah.
fighting.
You're
that.
in their sandbox. You have to accept it.
Yeah.
Right? What are you going to do? Fight him? You can't.
So Remy had brought up the Kentucky Derby. For those who did not know or care or remember that it was on, we have the finish to that. And
That was also a close one. It was by a nose.
how about showing the people so we know what they're talking about? There we go.
Damn, that looks like Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who won that race? The 2?
The 3 was the winner of that race.
The 3.
Oh, is that cameras right there? I thought that was a bunch of pigeons. I was like, oh, they're going to get trampled.
No, those are those are a bunch of
No, those are cameras.
No, those are pigeons.
Those are cameras.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I don't know. They look like
What the
pigeons
hell
from
are
over here.
those
I
things?
think that first one looks like a camera.
That's a camera.
They're
Yeah,
cameras.
they're cameras.
Could you imagine the pigeon just hanging out?
What the hell are we talking
The
about?
government.
All right, but
cameras.
anyway, that statistic was not even the full discussion topic. There was actually a second half to that. I know the finish is impressive on its own, but I want to ask you guys: it is the closest of all time in the Cup Series, but is it the greatest finish of all time?
That doesn't. I mean, that doesn't count, right?
You don't think so?
No.
I don't think so either.
I mean,
what do you
sliding
what do you think is better?
sideways. I mean, broadside off of turn 4 as you get the bump and run, almost like the 2 in the 81. I mean, imagine if that would have went all the way down to the checkers like that.
Yeah.
That would have been a classic.
I mean, I personally would have much preferred to finish like I don't know if you remember 2021, the Bristol Xfinity race where Allmendinger and Cindric came crashing across the line.
Right.
Dude, that was so insane.
Right.
Like
right.
I watched it and I saw the margin of victory come up. I was like, that was cool.
Right.
But like, there's a way to make a finish more entertaining than just it was close. It was still
Yeah.
a great finish, but there have been better ones.
I'll
listen,
take Bouchard's win at Talladega, 81.
really?
Yeah, oh yeah, great. He passed the Buddy Baker, and I forget who else. He dove out of turn 4.
I listen.
Passed them both for the win.
How about Ricky Craven and Kurt Busch?
That's
at
the one I'm
Dar-
thinking of.
Dude.
That's the one I'm thinking of.
That's a race. You know, at the end of that race, though, the competitors for that race, I know we don't really give the Cup Series a lot of love, but, you know, when they interviewed Kyle Larson, I don't know if you guys watched all that. He was so amped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was so amped about just the racing quality during that whole race. So,
Yeah.
you know.
And I'll tell you what, I know we're not huge Jeff Gluck fans either, but this was the highest rated race in the entire history of the Jeff Gluck poll. So the last 8 years, the
Really?
fans said this was the best race.
Seriously?
Yep. Like it was number 1 on the
Come
all-time
on.
poll charts. I'm not kidding.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, very interesting.
It was a great race. I don't know if I would say it was that good, but I did think it was very good.
There was a good time when Kyle Larson and Ross Chastain were going back and forth for the lead. I think they passed like 25 times or something.
You know,
like
it's just
Troy
hard
said.
for me to get excited during the middle of one of those races for a lead pass. I'm more interested. I'm like zooming in my eyes. I'm like, where the hell's Priest at? Right? They're like, where's he at? Damn it! Damn, I have no app on my phone. I'm like, shoot. Damn, why is he at 27th? What the hell's happening?
It was worse than that.
And
It
then
was
I'm-
like 30 seconds.
No, then I'm watching, like, I thought he pitted and came out early. I'm like, is that Priest or is that Gregston? I don't know who that is. You know what I mean? Do you guys do the same thing?
Well, the middle
I
of the
can
race,
see.
dude, it's like
No, I mean, I could see, but you're like looking like, is he in the second part? You know,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I'm
I
like,
get
oh,
what you're saying.
I want him to do so good. I'm like, nobody's even talked about this little school they're going to or something.
the study
yeah.
group.
Yes.
The study group, yeah.
What the hell is happening?
Have you
at
guys
Stewart
heard about
Haas?
that?
Yeah.
What's going? No, all of a sudden this week he's invited. I'm like, dude, what is happening over there?
Yeah,
Like-
it's very clear there's going to be some reorganization.
Dude, they
of that team
ousted
soon.
him.
Yeah,
so he
it's
was the
gonna get
only.
bad.
He was the odd guy out in some
Yeah.
study group.
Yes.
Yeah.
They must not like him, right?
You could make that.
Somebody
inference.
told me this way. Who told me? Who was I talking to? One of you guys this week? Somebody was talking to me. I don't know who it was about Priest and how the media department. I don't know. Somebody at the Speedbowl that's in the know. How he drives the media department crazy at SHR because he is so present to his sponsors that he wants to make sure that the media is taking care of his sponsors properly. So kudos to him, but he really cares because without them, he don't have a ride.
Well, that's how you know he worked his way up.
yes,
that's how you know.
He cares about the rental company, all those guys, Race Choice. He's always doing videos.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did you see the burnout? I was kind of surprised. Race Choice put out all these burnout videos of him in the Mustang Dark Horse on a side street.
I didn't see that.
You didn't see that?
No.
Wait, what?
He got in the owner of Race Choice's car, which is a Dark Horse Mustang. Priest just starts lighting him up. Donuts, cruises down the road. I don't lie. There's smoke. I don't know if this was planned. He drives down the road. Turning onto the road, here comes a fire truck. I said, was that planned or is he about to be in trouble? This is great.
All
So,
right.
anyways, I was just saying how great he is for his sponsors. So,
Yep. All right. We got some more topics in store here.
Okay.
Do the Wednesday divisions belong at 2-day shows at Waterford?
What do you want to piss them all off?
Hey, I'm not trying to piss them off.
Seriously.
I'm not trying to piss them off. I'm leaving that up to you guys.
God,
I just asked the simple questions.
I'd like to hear some input from our podcast members on this one too. I mean, would you want us to say the bad stuff here?
You could say they belong, or you could not. I mean, it's open ended.
Sid,
I mean, the one-
go.
Why do I have to stay?
Because you don't care. I mean,
one
you
thing I'll
look
say
at it
is-
from a promoter's view.
The one thing is the car counts were down, and I'm assuming it's because a lot of them either don't have their car ready or don't care because it's not a point race for their series. And so if you're only tracked in half of the field, I don't know, is it worth it? I don't know. But you know me, I mean, I don't like 2-day shows in general.
Right.
And so, I mean, if you don't have those, to throw in there, you'd have to split up the. I mean, which is what Terry used to do. We were kind of talking about this before. It would
Yeah.
be, back in the day, it would be qualifying, and then Saturday would be the Pro 4s and the trucks and the legend cars, and then back then there was no SK Lights, and then the 4 Saturday point divisions on
Right.
Sunday with the
Right.
MRS if they were running, whatever.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think the people that operate the track now are under that assumption that is part of the deal is to throw the Wednesday guys into the 2-day shows. I think like it's a tradition, I guess. To me, it's
Right.
not, but to them, it is. So, I don't know. But
Yeah, they did a great job moving that program along all weekend,
yeah,
but it's a little early for those guys, right? Because their season doesn't start for like a month or two, right? So it's hard pressed to ask some guys. Some guys came out looking good, like Bill Ram and Pollard's car. Those guys they're ready to roll, but
Kyle Rickey just made a good point. Seems like a pricey single-day pit pass for those teams.
that
Dude,
is for sure.
Absolutely.
But, they're racers. They don't care.
Yeah, but the Wednesdays, I mean, I know we talked about it with Mitch, how that series in general has gotten a little bit more expensive, but that division it's supposed to be cost efficient. I mean, I guess
but it's
relative.
not
I guess it's
anymore.
not. I guess you're right.
It's not. Like
It's not.
everything else that happens.
But it doesn't cost to go to Wednesdays what it did to go there this weekend. I
Right.
think is Kyle's point.
Yeah,
Right.
and I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the Wednesdays. Like, the Wednesdays are what got me back into the Speedbowl after COVID, because me and my high school friends would go there basically every other week.
Yeah.
But, like, if you're going to put on an event on a weekend and they're not even paying Wednesday points and it's not worth it for those teams to show up, I say you just I don't know if it's worth it to even run them.
Yeah. I'm in mixed emotions about it. I would lean towards the not and do the old school way. I don't mind at the finale to highlight everybody's season.
Yeah.
The season opener, kind of like to get in and out. I mean, the 2-day events, as much as I like racing, it would have been great to have a nice practice day and then like some features, the pro trucks and some of the other ones. Go ahead. What do you got to say
What
about
are we
the-
talking about?
Yeah, what are we
Practice.
talking? Practice?
We're talking about
Oh,
practice,
you're going to
man.
get crazy with this button now. I
You
can
guys
see.
keep bringing it up like it's a thing. Yeah, I'm gonna get crazy with it. Yeah.
Oh, jeez. What are you guys talking about? Practice? Yeah.
All right. I have one more. Now, Jake Johnson won for the first time on the Mod Tour, bringing the old Blue 3 back to victory lane for the first time since 2017.
Word.
Race Day CT put out a poll asking who you think will be the next first-time Tour Mod winner. And right now, Ronnie Williams is winning that poll at 25%. But I want to know what you guys think.
Really?
Yep. Which is strange, because I don't even think he's running the full season.
Right.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't think he is either.
Ronnie Williams.
Yeah, I know.
I can't believe he
I know we
hasn't
got
won
Pick Ems
yet.
coming up, but it's a little bit of a different Pick 'em, if you will.
What do you got? You got any dark horses on that one?
Me?
I was talking to Diego.
Oh, yeah,
actually.
sure. Go ahead, Diego.
I got one.
Go for it.
Jesus, come on, dude.
So, you know who I'm a fan favorite of, and it's not Eric.
Oh my god.
It's Austin.
He's won,
Austin's won.
dude.
Has he?
Yeah.
Oh, then I'm off. Then I'm off the.
He won it. He won a couple times last year.
Did he? Then I'm off the menu. Then. You see what happens? That's how much I watch.
Here, I'll throw my pick in. I'll
All right.
throw my pick in.
Yeah, go.
I got Ripkema going crazy.
Oh yes, he's good.
He's running ninth in the points. I feel like when you're running that good, eventually you just kind of either fluke into a win or just go out and dominate, because why the hell not? Like, that's what happens. Same thing with like Ty Gibbs right now in Cup. He's just running good. Eventually you're going to win.
He runs real strong.
He does.
Ripkema, he's always like lingering in the top 5. Always.
Yeah.
What do you guys know about the number 20, Eddie McCarthy? He's from Brick, New Jersey.
Not much.
Dude, the mustache on this guy is epic. Look at the
Oh
mustache.
my god.
Look at the
that's
mustache.
Is there a way we can get that up?
amazing.
Yeah, hold on. Here. Rams. Throw that up there.
Beautiful. I love
Look at that thing.
Oh, man. What
East to West Coast on that one, man.
That's
Come
crazy.
on.
Wow.
That's a racer right there. That's the guy I look at and think that's a racer.
Vintage.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, that's all I got. Unless you got to pick Remy.
See, I would pick Ronnie Williams if, I feel like if he just races anything, he has a chance to win.
For sure.
But that's
Is Ronnie blowing away that poll, or does anybody else have any traction on
Yeah,
that?
I mean, it's quite obvious.
Here, yeah.
I don't
let me
know
get the
them all
poll up.
that well, so I'd like to hear some names.
All right. So here are the people. I'll list everyone that has 8% or higher.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so we got Ronnie Williams at 25. Andrew Krause, okay, he has 7, but I'm still going to say him. I feel like the sort of significant. Now, Trevor and Tommy Catalano have 9 and 10% respectively. Ripkema currently sitting at 14.
Yeah.
And Anthony Cecily with 12.
Yeah, so I think Ronnie's. I
feel like-
agree with the
No,
poll.
you know who might get one too is Trevor Catalano runs well at times.
Yeah.
He runs really good sometimes. I mean, Tommy's good too, but I think Trevor has a chance to sneak one out.
yeah.
But hey, listen, I picked Austin Beers to win. He's already won 2 races. Right? What the hell do I know?
All right, Rob. Thanks, buddy.
No problem.
All right, so let's get to one of our newest segments, and that is the weekly Pick Ems. But before we get to this week's picks, let's check out the scoreboard.
Oh, God.
And from our friends at Chassis Pro, here's the weekly Pick Ems scoreboard.
All right, Chassis Pro.
Reminator.
Yes.
Dude, I'm impressed with the graphic, dude. It's
man.
awesome.
It looks great.
Yes.
Looks great.
The song, and I'm not impressed with the scoreboard.
I know,
though.
right? It's much more impressive than our picks. We got work. Yeah. So Seekonk rained out, so those picks do not count. We can pick those again if we need to. And Reminator, even the only time she got one wrong is when Ed Ryan didn't race in the race she picked.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I say if he was racing, he would have won.
Yeah,
so.
well, he didn't. Okay. So, anyways,
I mean, you picked a bunch of chalks.
right.
You
Right.
picked a bunch of chalks.
Don't hate the player.
Well,
Hold on. I don't know if Jake Johnson is a chalk
Well,
necessarily.
Jake Johnson is
He's
good, though.
good,
He's
but it's
damn
not like
good.
picking Ronnie Silk or Bonsignor.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
Yeah, I
Like-
know.
Like
yeah,
we
that's
did.
true.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
exactly. And look what you freaking
did. Yeah,
get.
thanks, Fro.
all right, so let's go in the order of how well we did, and that means, Remy, ladies first. Okay, so let's just set it up now. So there's no Thompson, and there's not really a tour race. So we're gonna do. The only thing we could find was the trucks at Hudson,
Yep.
and then we're gonna say that we're gonna put the Sizzler pick in the that tour window.
The open race,
Yeah,
right? Yep.
the open race, and then because Thompson's off, we have a wild card. So we need a Seekonk pick, a Waterford pick, a Stafford pick, a Sizzler pick, and then a wild card.
Yeah.
All right, bring it
So,
on.
yep.
Cool. So, I chose Stafford, SK, Corey DiMatteo.
Not bad.
All
Not
right?
bad.
Seekonk, I'm just saying the same thing as last week. Pro Stocks, Mark Jennison.
Yep.
Waterford, Legend Cars, Dylan Freeman.
Wow, went with the legend cars. Okay.
Wow.
Crafty pick right there.
For the Spring Sizzler, Ron Silk.
Chalk.
And then for Stafford, that's my wild pick. I did limited late models, and I did Jeremy Lavoie.
All right, nice diverse pick there.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. All right, Fro, you were 2 and 2. What do you got
Yep.
there, Chief?
So I went with the SKs at Waterford, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going with Pulio on that one. I really think they're going to figure out the short run stuff.
Okay.
I think give them a week. They'll
Do
be
you
out
know-
the box fast.
Do you know that Pulio is running there on a regular basis?
I sure hope he is, because I'm penciling him in.
What's up now? I don't know if that's a thing, but
Yeah.
good luck with that.
Well, good. I hope he doesn't run. I get
yeah,
to
we're all rooting for you there, buddy.
Okay. On to my next pick. Hopefully, this one is going to be running as well. Stafford late models, Gambacorda. Pretty sure he's going to be there.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And I got him. I think he figures it out this week. Last week it was a little weird, but I think he's going to be back to his winning ways. Spring Sizzler. I already made this pick a few episodes ago on the show, so I got to stick with it. I think Mikey Christopher Jr. goes wild and wins the Sizzler.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
In the 00?
Jimmy Page car.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Seekonk, I'm recycling my pick from last week. Still know nothing about the track, so this guess is as good as it was last week with the Sportsman and Colby Lambert.
Oh, all right then.
And here's my wild card.
Hit it.
Sure hope he's running. SK Lights at Waterford. I got Burgoyce.
Nice. 78.
Yep.
That car looks good.
I thought he
And
was going to
it's
win.
fast as hell.
Yep.
Yeah.
He came up to me. He's like, I heard you like red and black cars. Like, yeah, that's looking good.
Yeah,
That car
it looks
looks
really
good. It's
nice.
so
Great.
simple.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it.
And it looks good. For some reason, it's catchy.
Yeah, I
They did
agree.
a great job on that one.
Yep, I agree. Go ahead, bro.
Well, I don't know. I'm in no particular order, but I'm going to give you my 5.
All right, get
You
in.
ready?
Yeah, get on it.
I'm starting off with Seekonk. Because I need wins right now,
Yeah.
I'm going for the pro stocks,
Yep.
Dave Darling.
Nice.
Okay?
Now, do you know he's running?
Yeah, I mean, he's not running full season, but he's running the opener.
Okay.
I'm taking him.
All right.
You know he's good.
You sound like you know what you're talking about.
I don't.
Yeah.
Just
Well,
like
you sold it. No, you
just like
sold
with
it.
Austin
You're-
Beers, I was picking him to win. Thank you.
Yeah.
This is one of my guys I think's the best at the Speedbowl and the SKs.
Uh-huh.
Timmy Jordan. Timmy Jordan taking down the win. My next pick, coming back from the depths of 2nd or 5th or 18th place in the Streeters, the 75
Oh.
of Ryan Waterman.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay? It's going to be
Yeah.
a good show.
Yeah, I like that one.
He don't like to get spanked twice. I can
No.
tell you that. Woo! In the open race, I'm not going to do that first. My next one, I'm going back to the beloved bowl.
Uh-huh.
Welcome, if you will, the King, John
nice.
Laco.
Oh, he's going to be happy about this.
Oh yeah, no, I'm taking
He's
him.
in chat.
I'm taking him in the mini stocks. And you know I'm a favorite. I'm a fan favorite of this guy. I already screwed it up once for him.
Oh, Austin.
He locks in. This is gonna be his first Stafford win, right?
Correct. Danny Price said on the chat that last year he won at where is it? Richmond and Lancaster.
I think he has very minimal races at Stafford, but I think
Ponce said he's only raced there once.
he's good enough to get it done in the 179, and they were hot in the qualifying race. So that's where I'm going. That's my 5.
All right, hey, good luck with it.
Yeah, guys. Pulio ain't running Waterford, so
Nice.
He's not.
that one's down the tube.
How do you know that already?
I looked at the SK Modified entry list for the season. He's not there.
yeah, but he wasn't there last week.
Yeah, but I thought he just came because it was 73 lapper. That's what I thought.
Yeah. We'll see. I mean, there's a small chance.
I wish
There's a
somebody on
small
the chat
chance.
would say.
He's ahead of us. You need him to lose that.
Yeah, but I don't want to beat him like that.
No.
I got a whole season to
I
whip
do.
these guys'
No,
heinies.
listen.
Look, can we give me the spanking noise one time?
You got to do
Hold
your
on.
research.
Yes, that's what I.
Nah, but let me say this: if Pulio does end up winning, oh, it's gonna be oh so satisfying. Let me tell you, that's gonna get a hell yeah from me.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
All right, so you stole my thunder with Babalako. I had him as well.
you did.
Yep. And then
Copycat.
so I'm sticking with my Seekonk 1-2. I don't want to jinx it. So I'm sticking with Jacob Burns in the late models. And then I'm going Mike Christopher Jr. in the SKs. I think he's on a vengeance tour from the bad call he got during the opener. Yeah.
You look damn good, man. I was
Looks
a
good.
fan.
Then I'm going with Tyler Chapman in the SK Lights. And I'm going to go with Ron Silk in the Sizzler. Chalky pick, but I need some wins. I'm 1 and 3.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to go off on a limb here to make some picks.
Yeah.
Still real early, Sid.
It is early, right?
Very early in the
Listen,
season.
Remy, enjoy the 3-1. It's the last time you'll be in first.
Yeah, I'm trying to save all my chalk for late in the season,
Yep.
so I can start dropping the Todd Owens, Ron Silk, etc.
Yeah.
I gotta save the ammo here.
All right, so listen, it's all right, Rem, I got it. Don't worry about it. Thank you.
I don't know what you're looking for.
All right, so it's time for the live chat to get on the horn. It's going to be the time when we determine who won the week. So there's a lot of candidates this week. We'll get to that in a second because first of all, let's do the funky little intro here and find out from Busy Bees Learning Center. By the way, it's going to help us determine who won the week.
Who are you? Who are you?
Nice.
Hey, Diego, that was your best one.
I've been practicing all day.
Nailed
Who are
it.
you?
All right, so let's talk about this now, right? Swanson comes back from the heat wreck, wins.
Yep.
Jake Johnson takes Old Blue to victory lane.
Pretty big.
Speedbowl beats Mother Nature.
Pretty big.
What else we got?
Well,
Oh,
one
here
of
we
my
go.
picks
Yeah, here we go.
was
Oh boy.
this might sound like a suck up kind of moment, but Sid pulling out all these videos in 24 hours.
Yeah, I ain't voting
Can
for
we
that.
talk
Sorry.
about that?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a lot. If you don't know about editing video, that's a lot of work.
Yeah,
I did
yeah.
I'm
crank
just
him out.
saying.
I'm going to pass out as soon as this show's over. I got it done.
Okay, hey, here's an interesting pick for you guys. All right, this one's on the list here. So Al Stone won at Thompson, right?
Yeah.
And everybody was like, I was walking around the pit party and I was talking about like, oh, Al Stone's gonna go out there and just dominate just like he did at Thompson. Everyone's saying, oh, it's a different car. It's a different car. It's not gonna be at fast. Well, guess what? He hands it to him anyway. I think that this weekend proved that he's gonna be a threat at any track, anywhere he goes for the entire season.
Wow.
So that's your pick.
That's my pick.
Wow.
Yep,
Stone cold.
All right.
absolutely.
You're on the tally, Rob?
Yeah. Oh, I'm on it.
Okay.
Wow.
All right, so we got one vote for Sid.
Well, I was saying that was
you just bringing
one
it
of-
up. Yeah,
Okay,
She was just bringing it up.
I'm just saying.
Thank
That's
you,
not my.
Remy. I thought you were
No
going.
offense.
No, it's fine. I appreciate the props, but yeah, that's not. I'm not going to win the week. I thought you were going to go with your boy Todd Taylor.
No.
Okay,
I'll go with Matt Swanson.
You're going to go with Swanson. Okay. I mean, the three I mentioned is where I'm stuck with: Matt Swanson, Jake Johnson, or the Speedbowl. Are you okay over
Well,
there?
like I'm on the fence too. Like I so badly want to vote for the Speedbowl because they won.
Yeah.
They definitely won this week,
Yeah.
but I'm not voting for them.
Wow. Okay.
Well, because I like name dropping. I like people. I could name a few people. I got one guy that I want. I'm just going to name drop somebody
Yep.
because I like him and I like their family and I thought he did excellent. He's going to be a threat. He only finished third, I think, or fourth. Norm Root Jr., who got into a wreck in the heat race. I thought he
yeah,
ran
he finished fourth, didn't he?
fourth, but he was absolutely flying.
Yeah.
At the end of that race,
Yep.
high side, he was just killing people.
You want me to give you another one?
Yep.
Jason Palmer, not only his 101st Speedbowl win,
Yeah.
6th straight season he's opened the Speedbowl with a late model win.
Dude, is,
6 straight in a row.
dude, he's an all-star.
Palmer?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Cool.
Dude, Palmer is an all-star.
Yep.
Always will be at the Speedbowl.
All-time great at
Dude.
this point. Statistically, he is an all-time great.
Yeah. Christina had brought up the 99 truck.
Melania. Yeah.
She ran really well for her
She did.
first. She ran great. They have a lot to be proud of.
What is that? Shilosky? That's how you say last
Shilosky,
name?
yeah.
Yep.
Or
Okay.
as
I can
Remy
commend
likes to
that.
say,
I can't
Shylonsky.
believe this. Nobody's picking the Chinese kid.
Oh.
David Lee.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my god.
I know he's not Chinese,
Thank you.
but I'm picking the Scirocco. The kid in the mini stock, he dug it out last year. He kept trying, coming back. He pretty much put the smack down on the boys. And he was
The 72 you're talking about?
Yes, he was uncontested. He won his heat race.
No, he wasn't uncontested.
Yes, he was.
No, he wasn't.
Who pressed him?
The 42 was on him the whole race.
He was like 2 back, 3 back the whole time.
Negative.
I don't remember.
I edited the whole race, guy, with in-car
2
footage.
laps. He was that close?
Yeah.
Bavalaka, were you that close? I want to hear about it. The race I was watching, he was like 2 car lengths off the whole time. Just couldn't get there.
No. That was closer than you think.
Maybe. You must have been zooming up.
Zooming up? What the
Yeah.
hell does that mean?
Well, you're zooming in. They look closer than what they are.
Zooming up. Oh, my goodness. All right, I'm going to vote for... I am going to give it to Swanson.
Matty.
Swanson.
Yeah.
Okay.
Matty
I'm going
Ice.
Swanson.
All right, Remy, what's your final vote?
I said Swanson. Yeah.
Okay, Swanson's got 2. Nice. Diego, what about you? Final?
Oh, I'm going David Lee.
All right.
David Lee's my winner for the week.
All right, well, are we ready to announce the final votes then, boys?
Yeah, you got everybody on the.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, hit it.
All right, so David Lee, 1 vote. Melania, 1 vote. Shalosky. Let me make that clear. Melania Shalosky, 1 vote. Swanson, 2 votes.
Whoa.
Speedbowl, 2 votes. Stone, 2 votes. And the undisputed winner here, not quite undisputed, but pretty much, you know, you can figure this was going to come, was Jake Johnson with 6 votes.
Yeah. Well, it's his first tour win, right?
Yep. I mean,
is.
the chat was almost unanimously for Johnson.
In Old Blue. Great
Yep.
for those guys. And the photos after?
Oh, yeah.
Priceless.
Yep.
Priceless.
I don't like that answer. All right. Listen, everybody, don't forget now, follow us on socials. We're going to be doing the daily reels like always. Remy's the queen of the daily reels. We love her. Diego, what do you got for shout-outs, my man?
Hey, we want to thank Fowler's Auto Wrecking for the weekly update. Of course, Waddell Communications for the Nostalgia Nugget. My boy Johnny over at Reese's Automotive. Thank you for the Popcorn Stat Chat. Chassis Pro, as always, for the weekly Pick Ems. My girl over there at Busy Bees Learning Center for Who Won the Week. And our friends at Loaf for all the amazing bagels and bread. Thanks for keeping us fat. Sid, you're the best. Vault Productions and all you podcast members. I appreciate you, and we appreciate you for watching every week. Thank you.
All right, everybody. So we got the Sizzler redo coming this weekend. The Speedbowl. Seacon gets underway. We'll go over it all next week, 7 o'clock. See you then.